Jolene and I had just gotten permission to hunt some new land about a 10 minutes drive north of the hunting cabin. We'd only got permission to hunt this land 4 days ago, and so only had time to quickly walk some likely looking spots and hang a couple of stands. And it was these stands we were going to hunt on our first day out. It's about a 25-minute walk from the parking spot to get into either one of the stands.
Well, it's August 26th. I was hunting last night at the Dumas stand, didn't see anything. Tonight we're at this new property that we just got permission to hunt like 4 days ago. Beautiful alfalfa field I'm sitting on, and there's a oat field over here. We saw a couple deer on this field when we were setting up this tree stand, and we saw elk on that field, so I'm optimistic that I'm probably going to see something tonight. I just don't know about getting a shot because it's such a huge field and they could come out anywhere. I'm in the corner here. So it's about 6 o'clock, I think. And I'm going to hope for the best here. Jolene's just over here, about 150 yards more in the bush, getting them going back and forth. So if she sees something, there's a good chance she'll get a shot, but hope that happens.
This big alfalfa field has a real obvious bedding area. It's really thick aspen, and it's here where we saw the deer come out when we were putting up the tree stand. And I wasn't sitting on my stand very long when I noticed a couple of big deer come out about 300 yards away.
There's 2 big shooter bucks in the field. Really nice bucks, especially the one on the left. But I'd probably shoot either one. They're about 250 yards. It's early still, we can always hope they'll come this way. One's bedded down and you can just see his antlers, and the other one's feeding. My way, actually. Fingers crossed.
Over the next 30 minutes, both bucks slowly fed and worked their way off the field. As soon as they headed into that thick bedding area, I lost sight of them.
There's a doe and a fawn right there. And then right over here, there's a huge buck rubbing its antlers, rubbing the velvet off its antlers on a tree. It's been there for about 5 minutes. Cool.
10 minutes later, I had another whitetail doe come out on the field and work her way toward me. I was kind of keeping my eye on this deer because it was working into bow range when all of a sudden I noticed something out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, holy cow, there's a big buck coming, and I had to get the camera turned on and pull it around and hopefully get ready for a shot. Unbelievably, this buck walked right underneath my stand at about 4 yards and started feeding on some brush. I couldn't get my camera on it because all I could really see was its head. It was like right underneath my tree. So I just kept my release on and I just kept waiting and waiting and hoping that it would feed back out toward the field and give me a shot. Now this is kind of funny here. If you watch me, you can see I'm still looking at the buck that's right below me, but all of a sudden I notice something that's coming from the same direction that the buck come from. And then I'm deciding if I can move the camera and get the camera on it without spooking the buck that's like right underneath me. And I eventually decide I better get that camera moved and see what that other animal is.
saw my arrow hit him in the chest, and I saw him fall down in the field. There's another buck there, a really nice buck that was right underneath me for like 10 minutes, and he's only about 50 yards away, and he's looking at where the buck fell down, and there's a couple of does too that are all milling about. I'm gonna try to film this other buck here and keep quiet. I still have a doe tag, so I might try to film that if that happens. Just happened. The buck that I saw go down was down like for 5 minutes, and it just got up and it ran across the fence. It ran into the bush, jumped the fence. It hit the fence with, like, I heard it hit the fence, so I don't know, but I'm sure that buck is dead. I mean, he fell over. I think I made a good shot. I'm gonna give him like about an hour, and then I'm gonna go over to where he jumped the fence there, and hopefully he's not gonna be too far. Unreal.
Well, it wasn't 10 minutes later when I had a whole pile of other deer come out on the field. There was 5 of them, all within about 100 yards of me, including a little white-tailed buck. And I still had a doe tag, so I'd have been happy to fill that. I was just going to see if they would start to feed toward me. They never did feed toward me, but 10 minutes later, the buck that was with the one I shot decided to come back out on the field. I finally just ended up scaring this deer off the field so I could get down out of my tree and head over and have a look at where I'd shot the buck and where he'd run off from the field. I shot him from over there in those trees, and this is about where he came in. So I'm just looking around here. It's been raining since I shot him, but only lightly. Somewhere. Oh, I see some blood. Some blood there. It's kind of dark. Not exactly what I want to see, but oh, there's a little bit more there. Oh my God, I see him. Are you kidding me? Look at the size of that deer. That deer is going on my wall. Oh my God. Holy cow. That is the biggest deer I've ever shot with a gun or a bow. And that was not a bad shot. Not a bad shot. That's the out hole, so yeah, so I must have hit him a bit higher. I don't know. Unbelievable. All right, well, I recovered this guy. It was a little bit of scary there for a second because I saw him fall down in the field, and then 5 minutes later he got up and ran off, which is never a good sign. But luckily he only went another 30 yards. We're just off the field. And I found him right away, not a lot of stress. So that was awesome. What a beautiful deer. This is my biggest deer with a bow or with a gun. Just gorgeous. He's got 8 points on one side, double brow tines, and then a classic 5x5 on the other side. So I couldn't be any happier. This is just awesome. I never thought it would come together. I had that nice 5x5 at 5 yards from me for like 10 minutes feeding, but I couldn't get a shot at him, and I would have gladly shot him. And then this big boy came along, which I'd been watching for the last 2 hours, and just gave me a broadside shot for half a second, and luckily I was at full draw and I took it. I know I just barely got it on my main camera. You couldn't see the arrow hitting him, but I have another view on my camera on my bow, so I'm hoping I got some of that anyway. But who the hell cares, because this buck is awesome!
Woo!
Look at that.
Awesome. Very proud of you, honey.
Me too. Held it together. It's hard to hold it together when you got a buck like that and another huge buck in front of you for 10 minutes.
And then he walks away.
Yep. So this is also the first deer I've got with my brand new prime bow. So I love this bow. I've been shooting good all summer, and that's the in hole right there, so I've made a pretty good shot this time too.